Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. This is Toybox, as usual. Now, before I get into the topic of this video, I do want to say that this video is probably going to be a bit less edited, just because I just don't feel like editing this video as much. Also, I will not have my pause on for this one, just because I do have to scroll a bit. Because I will admit, I do have a script, and I do have some stuff pulled up on my screen here, so that way I can, make sure this video is thorough and as well done as it can be. So this video, as the title says, it's about furries and social media. We're first going to start out with what social media says or thinks about furries. So this is more about what people on social media say about furries and not what the media itself says about furries, though I may include that later on in the video. Maybe not, who knows, it's a surprise. So what does the media think about furries? Well, a lot of people on social media think that being a furry is some sort of fetish, I guess, like we're all about sex and whatnot. Now, they're not really wrong to think that, because some furries are here for sexual reasons. However, when they say that that furries are like a fetish thing, they apply that to all furries, which that's where they're wrong. Not all furries are here for fetish reasons or for sex or anything like that. In fact, a study conducted in 2017 found that only 4% of the furry fandom is about sex. Though this should be noted that, since this was in 2017, the number could have risen, but either way, this does not mean that all furries are here for sex. I do want to point out as well that some people also believe that furries are a cult, which I personally don't understand, but whatever, it's not my belief, I can't really see that, but whatever. It's whatever. So now we're gonna move on to what can be done about cyberbullying. Now, with the previous topic mentioned, it should come with no surprise that cyberbullying is, I don't want to say inevitable, but common. Being a furry online definitely will increase your chances of being bullied online. However, there are a few things you can do to avoid cyberbullying or to deal with it appropriately. These include things such as not retaliating. So what that means is not writing something back in response to being cyberbullied. Just ignoring it if you can, because replying will only fuel the fire and cause the cyberbullying to continue or get much, much worse. Instead, it is best that you keep an electronic log of the bullying, or just screenshots and whatnot. Keep screenshots of cyberbullying and make sure that these screenshots do include the dates, the site or app that the bullying has occurred on, as well as the account name that the bully is using. Try not to take rude comments personally. I know this one is a lot easier said than done. Trust me, I get it. But letting them get to you will only cause a bully to continue to obviously bully you, and their bullying may get more harsh, which we don't want at all. Obviously, we don't want that at all. Just remember that you've done your research about furries. Hopefully you have. I really hope that you have. And you have facts and evidence to back you up. But just remember that you've done your research and you know what you're talking about, unlike them. It's also best to remember that this person is behind a screen. In other words, they're a coward. They probably wouldn't say it to your face. And even if they would, they're just don't really hang out with those people. Don't go near them if you can help it. What you can do to avoid letting these comments get to you is you can limit your screen time or any time spent on social media where you are being bullied. If you can, try to report the bullying, since most social media apps do have a policy against bullying and harassment. Or you could step away from your electronic and talk to someone about it, whether it be friends or family. They can help you, There are people out there who are willing to help you and who want to help you no matter what. Another thing to keep in mind as well is to make a 30-second rule. Let's say you write a message, but you haven't posted it yet. step away from your device and reread what you wrote. If what you wrote sounds a bit harsh, try writing it in a more polite way. Or what you can do is reread it and think about how you would feel if someone sent that same message to you. Now, this one that we're talking about is more about how you can avoid being a cyberbully yourself. What you can do is try to do this more often. Try and reread your messages more often. Almost make it some sort of habit if you can. That way you can avoid saying anything that may sound too rude or too harsh to someone. Try not to reread offending comments. Like if someone says something rude to you, try not to go back and reread it. Because it's what hurt you in the first place. You don't want to go back to being hurt again. Rereading it will only hurt you more, which is what we want to avoid. What you can do is you can report the comment to someone, block a cyberbully, or make your account private if you can, so that only friends can view, comment, or interact with your profile or profiles. Make sure to take a screenshot, as I said previously. Make sure to take a screenshot of the bullying with the date and site/app that the bullying has occurred on, as well as the account name of your bully. Block and report. This one's pretty self-explanatory. Blocking and or reporting the cyberbully will ensure that they cannot harass you anymore. Oh gosh, I felt a cough coming. It wouldn't come out. I apologize for that. What was I saying? Block and report. This one's pretty self-explanatory. Blocking and reporting. Just blocking and reporting them means that they hopefully will not harass you anymore. If they somehow find you again using another account, then make sure to block that one too. Just make sure to block any and all accounts that the cyberbully is using to harass you in any way, or your friends. Make sure to tell a friend or adult. If you have family or friends that you can trust, make sure to tell them about the cyberbullying. Don't hide it from them at all. Make sure you tell somebody about the cyberbullying, so that way this problem can be resolved and you won't have to worry about it anymore. Just make sure that when you tell them, you have some sort of proof as well of the cyberbullying. If you're in school and you're being cyberbullied, make sure to tell your school counselor, teacher, the principal. It's their job to make sure you're safe and that you're somewhat happy. They're there to protect you. It's kind of their job, sort of, in a way. What you can also do is take a break from technology. It is always best to take a break from something. Always. Taking a break from technology is, from my experience, it was wonderful. I can't tell you how many times I have to take a break from technology, and it's just helped me so much. I come back in a much better mood. I just come back and I'm just like, wow, this is, I missed it, but I didn't at the same time. Taking a break from technology can help a lot, especially if you're being cyberbullied. What you can do is you can go for a nice walk somewhere, you can read a book, you can take a nice bath or shower, draw, basically do anything you can that doesn't greatly involve technology. If you're going to draw and you want to listen to music, you can, go on YouTube and listen to music, but just don't, really go on social media, I guess. I guess YouTube is social media, but you get what I mean. Just kind of, don't talk to anyone, just keep it to yourself if you can. That way you're not really tempted to interact with too many people, and you can focus back on, let me take a break from technology. Protecting your mental health is also very, very important. I think everyone needs to do this. Your mental health is extremely, extremely important. There's no ifs, ands, or buts to it. Just make sure that you take time to focus on yourself and improve your own mental health if you can. Try going to therapy if you need to. They're there to help you. There will always be people out there for you who want to help you. Now, I will say that going to a friend is not always the best way to handle things. Unless your friend is a certified therapist, check to see if they're in a good mental headspace before you talk to them. Talking to someone who is not already in a good mental space will most likely not fix anything or make either of you feel better. So, just if you're going to talk to your friend about it, just make sure that they are already in a good mental headspace before you talk to them. Because someone who's unhappy talking to someone else who's unhappy doesn't really make it doesn't work out well. Trust me. I will note that there are places where you can go to help with cyberbullying, which I will leave linked in the description below. If you're being cyberbullied, please go to someone about this, or go to one of these websites to help with that. There are tons of people out there who are willing to help you if they can and when they can. So just make sure you go to someone about this. Don't keep it to yourself. Go to someone, please. So now moving on to furries being on social media and the different types of sites they can use safely in a way. First up being furry dating sites. It should honestly come to no surprise that there are dating sites specifically aimed towards furries. Now, for me, I don't really have much experience with these, namely since I'm only like 17. But I would like to mention a few that I have checked out before just to see how they run. Some furry dating sites include sites like Furzoo, Furfling, FurryMate, FurTracks, and Howler. As I said before, I don't have much experience with these dating sites, so I do apologize if you try them out and have a bad experience. I'm just saying the names of the sites themselves. I would recommend that you do your own research on these furry sites to see if they can be trusted, to see if they are a good fit for you. At least try them out to see if they're a good fit for you. There are a lot of other dating sites that you can use, not just specifically towards furries, but just in general, that I recommend you do at least some research on, or try it for yourself and see if it works or not. But if you decide to use one of these, I do wish you the best of luck, and I do hope you find someone. There's always someone out there for you. With our next topic, fur meets. Basically, fur meets are like small events, if you will, where furries go to a certain area to meet up with other furries and basically get to know each other, I guess. You can find these fur meets on different types of social media like Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, maybe, and other sites as well. There is a website called furdar.org where you can go to look at furry meetups near your location. My plan is that someday I'll go to one of these fur meets and I will share my experience there of like how it went and what I learned from going to one of these. I'm aiming to go to one hopefully next year, like during the summer maybe, if there are any. But just like, I guess, come back and tell you guys, like, I guess while I'm there I can record if they'll allow me to. But just kind of like share my experience with it and how things went for me, and again, like what I learned from going to these sort of events. So yeah, there's that. And obviously, sites such as Twitch and YouTube. Obviously you can find furries on sites like Twitch and YouTube. That's kind of how you're watching me right now. But it should come to no surprise that you can find tons of furries on Twitch. You can find tons of furries on YouTube. There's furries almost everywhere. Namely, with probably more like famous Twitch furry streamers being like Beta, I guess. Crash is a furry YouTuber. Glitch as well. Just there's tons out there that you can find. Now that we've reached kind of the end of the video, I will say that you could, like I said, you can find furries almost everywhere. Just like how you can find help almost everywhere. I wish you all luck on your journeys to finding new furries, and please remember that there are ways to deal with cyberbullying, and there are people out there who want to help you. There are tons of people out there who want to help you. Whether you know them personally or whether you just know them as some like sort of distant friend, there are people who want to help you and who will help you. You just have to be willing to let them help you, and you have to be open to letting people help you. You have to be open to wanting help. Otherwise, you're not really going to get anywhere. Or you might get somewhere, but it might not be where you want to be. So just please, if you need help, don't be afraid to go look for it. Don't be afraid to scream out for help. There's always help there for you, no matter what. So just keep in mind that no matter where you are, no matter where you go, there will always be furries probably, and there will always be help wherever you go. Now, with that being said, as always, I hope that you all have a good morning, good afternoon, or good evening.